was cracking, everybody. So lately I've been struggling with trying to come up with a new video, and so I'm at work. It's early. Hopefully I'll be able to film this without having to pause too many times. But I saw the comments, you know, when I got here, got my machine going, and I checked the comments, the newest comments, right? I think we might have a good one today. So, apparently, Amy, I'm not gonna say her last name, you'll see her in the comments. I responded to her in the comments, right? But I said, you know what? Let me make a video. So Amy watched the Pelican Bay Hell on Earth video, right? And she got riled up. She put her Cheetos down. She put her ugly dog somewhere in the house. She knocked a few fleas off her shoulder, right? And she pounded away on her keyboard, and she said on the first one, "Take responsibility and clean up your language!" Exclamation. "You sound like a prisoner." The prisoners on TV, Amy? How many prisoners you know, Amy? Okay. But it gets better. Amy said on the next one, "Prison should be hell!" Exclamation. "I think they need to bring back chain gangs." These people, borderline racist right there, Amy, borderline racist. These people need to be working from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. I bet you're on GR, Amy. Don't know what they call it where you live in Arkansas. I bet you it's Arkansas. But I bet you're on motherfucking government assistance. Don't choke on them Cheetos as you listen to me though. So she said these people need to be working from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. Not sitting in their cell doing nothing. How do they punish your family? The prisoner punished their family by doing the crime and subjecting them to this. Take responsibility! Exclamation. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. You know I'm at work, so sometimes I gotta pause. But anyways, back to Amy. Amy. So, the first thing that I would like to point out to Amy, and for those who think like Amy, is let's take into consideration the thousands of men and women across the United States that are actually innocent of the crime they're convicted of, right? And so according to you, Amy, a man or a woman who is wrongfully accused and wrongfully convicted should be in chain, on the chain gang, and shouldn't sit in their cell, and is a worthless piece of shit and all that, probably, right? Yeah, that's cool. Hopefully you don't I was gonna do a description too. Hopefully you don't fit a description at any point in your life of someone that commits a crime and then get accused falsely and then have to do a little bit of time. Because the lack of empathy that you have, even if without incarceration, just in your day-to-day life, if you're unable to buy that pack of cigarettes that I know you need, if you're unable to buy that cheeseburger, whatever it is, right? Don't get mad at the world that they don't have any sympathy for you. Expect Don't get mad at anyone ever in your life that doesn't have sympathy for you, even in the hardest of times in your life, because you lack empathy. You lack decency to think like that. You know, I said it in my comment to you. I grew up, I began doing jail time in the 80s. I did jail time in the 80s, the 90s, into the 2000s, deep into the 2000s, right? And so I lived in the era, and I was jailing it in the era where a lot of people thought like you. And all bullshit to the side, it's obvious you're not from California, because we don't have chain gangs out here. And what you fail to realize is, and this is in no way glorifying it, but if you think that the California Department of Corrections could go into any level 4 prison out here and tell these dudes to get up at 4 a.m. and get on a chain gang and knock some rocks around or do anything, you're fucking out of your mind. Guards would be killed, inmates would be killed, and things would go back to the way they're fucking supposed to be in there, okay? And in the process, morons who feel like incarceration should be punishment, they should never cry. They should never, like, I wouldn't feel sorry for anyone. And it's a hard thing for me to say, because I do have happiness in my heart. I am a completely changed person, but for someone to say, lock that person up, throw away the key, treat them like shit, treat them as less than a human being, for that person to be the victim of a robbery, an assault, you got what you wanted. When you chose to not want to rehabilitate criminals and instead have them live in circumstances where they're treated as animals, you can't, it's common sense. You can do it with a dog. You treat a dog like a fucking wild animal, they're gonna bite the first motherfucker that comes near them. You think human beings aren't gonna be the same way? That mentality that you're talking about has been tried. And the crime waves in the 80s and the 90s were proof of it. And that's why into the 2000s, a lot of these systems are trying to say, you know what, let's give these guys, like out here in California, you can get an AA degree free. You can get a bachelor's free. And when you educate someone, you open their mind, you expand their mind. You give them different pathways in their mind to figure out how to be a better person, a better man, or a better woman. People like you irritate me. I can't change you. But I could never, and I could also never have sympathy for you. You say that I talk like a prisoner. And that's why I was an asshole in the beginning when I said you got a dog and fleas on you and eating Cheetos and you're on GR. How much of that am I right about? I don't know. But I was just being a dick the way you were being a bitch. You were judging me based on one video. And I give a fuck. But I do care about when people say that the men and women behind bars should be treated like shit. At no time, unless it's a sex offender, at no time should any human being who, for whatever reasons in their early upbringing, chose a belief system that was wrong, at no time should they be treated like fucking animals. At some point, everyone in their lives would like to be forgiven for things that they've done. And you're saying, fuck them, fuck their forgiveness. And when someone wants to be forgiven and they're sincere in it, in the process, they learn to forgive. I don't know. Like I said, I could never change your mind. Never get you to see things my way. But I can tell you that the judgment that you have on these people, expect others to judge you the same way then. Don't expect anything less from them. Like, demand it. Demand that they treat you cold-heartedly like that. And that if you ever have a bad time in your life, a time when you need something, don't ask for help. Put your boots on and figure out how to get through it. If not, you're a fucking hypocrite.